Hello. Hey guys. It's episode 17.
17. We really doing this shit.
We are. We a little bit later than we said because we said we was gonna move to bi-weekly, which this is kind of still bi-weekly, but last week was a blur.
Well, you didn't had a lot going on with traveling and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff within the last 2 weeks. So give us some grace. We still got lives to live, man. Y'all. We ain't
Yeah.
monetized yet.
Yeah. I spent and for the last week and a half, I only was home for 3 days. Because Trey played in Memphis last. I'm gonna take this off because if I don't, it's just gonna keep jingling. Um, Trey played in Memphis last weekend, so I went
Mm-hmm.
to Memphis Friday, and I didn't get home till Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marley had like graduation and the closing ceremony, all of that. Then Thursday, I left again for basketball, and I didn't get home until Monday. Today
Mm-hmm.
is Tuesday, so it's my first day home in 5 days.
I wouldn't have made it to the stew.
Well, I didn't know that I was gonna make it to the stew. When you was like, we're recording today, and you was like, we're drinking today.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh,
Look,
yeah,
pick me up, get her here.
yeah, it got me here.
Mm-hmm.
It got me here.
Yeah.
But I definitely, the whole time I was in Kansas, I was lit
I bet. I
the
bet.
entire
From the
time.
pictures you showed me, I feel like it looked like it was a good time.
I had a good time in
Yeah, it looked like a
Kansas.
thrilling good time.
Yeah. It was low key, like it was for basketball, but it was also low key a vacation for me because last week when I went to Memphis, I had Marley with me. So
Mm-hmm.
she on vacation with her grandma right now. So this is my
Everybody's
little
living.
this is my little vacation. So I had a good little time in Kansas.
Yeah,
It was
we'll
very
take it.
beautiful, peaceful. Scenery was what I needed. The vibes were good. And the team, like I love the some of the other moms that are team moms
Mm-hmm.
on the for the team. The coach is cool as hell. So yeah.
Ooh, maybe I could start basketball mom talk. Like mom talk.
Like mom talk is crazy.
Yeah.
See,
Them bitches is scandalous.
you just started the new season, but I finished last week when I went to Memphis. I had downloaded all the episodes on my iPad so I could
Mm-hmm.
watch them on the way there and on the way back. Because I know myself and I can't really sleep. Like I be having insomnia and I'm staying up. So I stayed up and I watched half of the Mom Talk episodes on the way to Memphis last weekend and then the rest of them on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 was tea.
Oh shit, because I like season one.
Season
I
2 was really
enjoyed.
tea.
I don't know how I found enjoyment in them. It just seems so off my radar of shows that I would fucking watch. So for me to be entertained by them bitches the way that I am,
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I like it.
They are. I don't know. If y'all don't watch Mom Talk on Hulu, y'all need to get into Mom Talk on Hulu because
Well, the secret lives of the Mormon wives. We
that's
even call it moms.
that's what they are part of on TikTok.
If you're looking for them on
Yeah, but
TikTok,
if you on Hulu, the show is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
yeah,
We watched the first season, last year?
yeah,
And then season 2 just came out last week. And I like the fact that they didn't waste no time. Sometimes you have to wait a year
yeah.
and a half, 2 years before you get a new season. Now they
Them
can't wait.
scandalous bitches.
They are.
They own it. They said, shit, we got the momentum now. We got to keep pushing this shit out.
Yeah. And so what you can't see yet is it's like a war low key for who is gonna be like the centerfold of
The mom talk
Mom
shit.
Talk. Yeah.
All right, so how do they just automatically get Taylor out the way? Because I thought she was the originator of all of this.
Baby, you done seen first season, and if you know Taylor, it ain't no getting Taylor out the way.
Exactly. So she is the center fucking fold.
But you can't tell
The rest of
Some
them.
of I ain't gonna say the rest of them. You can't tell some of them that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't
Well,
tell
we'll
them that they
see.
ain't like the most loved. I think season 1 ended up getting to a lot of their heads.
Okay.
And so now they like trying to be the Taylor of season 2. And it's like one thing about Taylor, I can just watch the show and tell my girl she got a little ADHD, something, something.
Yeah.
So she don't really have to try to be the centerfold. She's got drama going on all naturally. Like she's just drama. And so I think the rest of it, not the rest of them, some of them be like trying to be a pot stirrer so they can be like the drama that everybody love, but it's not really your life drama. It's like you drama you trying to create. And so we can see that as viewers.
I don't like that.
Yeah, we can see that as viewers. And we don't want no curated drama. We want the
shit.
Right. And that's what Taylor is. And that's what
and her mom and stepdaddy, her baby daddy, everybody.
The only same person in Taylor's family is her sister.
And she really make me feel like she might be, what is it called when it be like religion has fucked with your mental a little bit.
I know what you're saying. What is the word for
some kind of psychosis?
Yeah,
this bitch is.
She's in a religious psychosis.
Yes,
a lot of them in Mom Talk, and on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Jen, you just wait till you just keep going.
I haven't seen more. I gotta see because I was being introduced to all these bitches last season, so it's like. You don't really get somebody's full character off the first season of a show.
Right. And so normally when I watch a show, I'll go back and kind of like be on Mom Talk and stuff. Like, but I didn't do that with this show. Like with Love Island.
Yeah.
Like I've been invested in their personal pages, keeping up with them since the season ended. Serena, Cordell, all of them.
What was the girl's name that we liked with the farm? Well, she had farm animals. It won't really know. Leah. Mm-hmm. I ain't seen nothing. Well, I am off social media. So that's
still.
Yeah,
have you been seeing it? Still going strong.
Okay, good.
And all of them went to Coachella together.
Wow.
Like, yeah. And did I tell you that they coming out with a show for this might have been after your social media break. So Peacock is doing a show not with PPG and their men like we really wanted, but it's like Kaylor, Liv, what's his name? The one that was with Nicole.
What was his name?
It's not clicking.
What the fuck was his name? I can see him in my head.
Me too. I keep wanting to say Kenny, Cordell.
No. What the fuck was I know you talk about the scandalous motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you talking about.
What's his name?
I can't think of it.
Me neither. Oh my God. That's like literally gonna kill me.
Kendall.
I was like, why does Kendall keep coming up in my mind? But it's Kendall. So yeah, he gonna be on there. Nicole is not.
She probably still in.
Aaron is on there.
Okay.
I didn't see Rob.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what it's gonna be.
I'll watch it. I probably will watch it. Just because I fucked with that cast.
And we get ready to move in the summer, so that I know that means that it's about to be a new season of Love Island coming soon. So I'm interested to see, but I just can't even. I can't see that.
See nobody else doing it like they did.
Ever. Like that was reality TV gold in 2024.
Agree.
Like we had original reality TV in the late 90s with The Real World. Mm-hmm. But this for 2024 reality TV, that was pure gold.
They set the standard.
Yeah, they set the standard.
To the point where they had me wanting to watch the other nations Love Islands. What was it again?
Love Island, the original one is the UN.
Oh, okay. I
mean UK. I'm sorry. Yeah.
UN.
United Nations.
No, so okay. I didn't know the UK was the originator of Love Island.
Yeah. But then they have Australia. I think they have Africa. It's a couple different spinoffs now.
Okay.
Yeah, but the UK was the original.
They won't fucking with that one.
Yeah.
What Love Island was that?
That was Love Island USA season 6.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Best Love Island, best reality season I've seen
I
in a
couldn't
very, very,
believe
very
you
long
had me hooked
time.
on that shit.
I had everybody hooked on that.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe for like the next season, I'll do. I don't know.
First of all, was
Maybe
either
YouTube videos
one
or
of
something.
them shows on the docket for today's episode?
No.
I'm like, damn, we didn't really split off about
No.
shit we did not talk about talking about. But that's
Yeah.
all right. That's all right. And speaking of
This is
docket,
like our little bit of our little intro because we like welcome to episode 17.
we back in the building, getting to it. Grab your drink because this is not a summer episode today.
It's
We
not.
chilling, we vibing. It's a rainy day, so I feel like it just calls for comfy cozy.
Yeah, I got my sweats
Relaxing.
on. I had my sweatshirt on, but I was like, we're drinking this episode. Let me go ahead and take his sweatshirt on
Yeah, get
off
rid of that. Get
before
rid of
I
that.
get the sweating on the camera.
And shit, we chilling. I feel
Very
like,
comfy at your crib,
yeah, we vibing.
which is kind of becoming my favorite place to record because
I don't be mad at it either
we be
because
chilling.
the hoops and shit we don't have to jump through when we
Yeah.
record at
Well,
home.
first of all, I'm a last minute person. You not typically, but I feel like I'm kind of rubbing off on you with the podcast. I think you be knowing that I will take care of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but then I be waiting to the last minute. So I might hit people up and be like, "Hey, can we record today in like
Yeah.
4 hours?"
And
And they be like, we're kind of busy. And I'm like, okay, well, CJ, can we just record at your house?
And
And
I'm
we end up
cool.
recording here.
I'm cool.
It works out. So
I
yeah.
don't mind, and I feel like if we have to be anywhere else today in this weather,
I'd rather be with you.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be with you.
Who do you think about when you hear this song?
Ooh. Now she put me on the spot.
Yeah, I
Who
did.
do I think I want to hear that song?
And while we're at it, let me go ahead and get us right.
I think about you.
Girl,
I'd rather be with you.
please.
I
Are you
honestly,
good?
no, you can pour it in here.
Okay.
I honestly feel like when I'm not with you, everywhere I go, I'm talking about you, and people probably be sick of me.
Okay, and that's crazy. I appreciate the sentiment, sister. I really do, but you do not gotta do that to me. Like, remember I was just talking to you
If
about.
I don't do it to you, then I gotta tell the people who I'd rather be with.
Okay, and okay, now we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. But you want to know what I
Yeah.
think about Snoop Dogg, and I think it's because of Baby Boy.
Okay.
I don't remember what scene it was, but obviously that song was
Ooh.
playing in the background.
Okay, this is a random thought in my head. Let's play like a little game.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that make you think of Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna say like the first thing that made me think of Snoop Dogg, and then I'm gonna throw out some more people, and we're gonna say the first thing to make us think of them. But it'll be like celebrities.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So the first thing to make me think of Snoop Dogg, and it can change. Like it's just the mood for right now.
Mhm.
But right now it's sexual seduction.
Oh wow, wow. Was that one of your one hit wonder? No.
No, that was
We talked about sexual seduction for some reason recently, but I don't know what it
I
was
don't know what
for.
it was either. It wasn't my one hit wonder though.
Well, obviously not Snoop got
Right.
hit, so
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't heard that in so long.
Let me see. What's the first thing that you think about when you think about Keisha Cole?
Right now that fucking shit that was hanging out of her shorts.
Knew
I
it.
don't. I mean, that's
Knew it.
that's fresh
I
right
knew it.
now.
I knew
And
it.
it's even more crazy because my mama don't really come to me with pop culture stuff.
But she sent you that.
She sent me that.
First of all, because we all love Keisha Cole.
Yes, and bro, that was disappointing.
It was.
That was disappointing.
Okay, so the first thing I think about with Keisha Cole, and this is only because the whole time I was in Kansas City, I was pretty much driving the rental, and we had Sirius XM on the rental.
Mm-hmm.
And the last song that I heard by her was "Should Have Let You Go."
Mm-hmm.
I think it was yesterday. So that's probably gonna be the first thing. Like that used to be my shit.
But Keisha Cole was in her bag then. Like, she really was doing her shit.
Yeah, she really
Should
was.
let you go. Damn, it's your birthday again.
Oh,
Crazy.
period 208.
Let's put a
820.
shot to that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have one that you want to do? Like the first thing you think of?
I did have a question. I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
Cause yeah, we'll save that for later.
Okay.
Because I feel like it was a good question that would be a good before the door question.
Okay. Don't forget it.
I'm gonna try my best not to. But
If you don't got one, I got one.
I don't have one.
Okay. This is something we talk about often out here. What's the first thing you think of when you think about Ray J?
The first thing I think of when I come to Ray J is two things. My brain went to both of them. It was like a split second, so they both getting mentioned. Mm-hmm. When he pushed Princess in the pool, that is going to forever be embedded in my brain because he had no business doing that to that lady. Well, he did because she was trying to get on his ass. She was trying to get on his ass. But that and One Wish used to be my shit. I love that song.
I feel like all the black men that love R&B, they love One Wish.
One Wish, you done fucked up.
Well, my initial Ray J thoughts, because I also have two. Okay. But the first one is Moesha.
Okay.
Him as Dorian. Mm-hmm. And the fact that before Dorian even became a character, he played the little nerdy boy in like one episode where they had the Father's Day retreat. You got to be a real Moesha stan to understand which episode I'm talking about. So if you know what I'm talking about, leave comment. But it's like one episode of season 2 where he's like,
yeah, leave that comment because I don't know.
Like Hakeem didn't have his daddy, so Frank played the role of his father figure in the episode. They have the Father's Day retreat, and I can't think of his name, but Dorian was in that episode. His dad was like the leader of that retreat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ray J been in the industry for a long time.
But then immediately after, I think about, oh, wait a minute, ain't that Brandy's brother?
Where the fuck that come from?
Look him and Ray J. Oh, wait a minute.
No, that's before my time. Wait a minute.
It is before your time.
I ain't never heard that. Just like that Best of Me, Maya, the original with Jadakiss. That was my first time hearing that.
Y'all, I wanted to have a conversation with him today about which version is better. The original Best of Me with Maya and Jadakiss, which is the slow version, or the remix with Jay-Z, which is the faster version. He had never heard the Jadakiss version until I said something. And he listened to it. So what did you think about the original?
It absolutely is not the better version.
But did you like it?
It was cool, but because I heard the Jay-Z version, and that's been my shit. Oh man. He ate that song up.
I can't let you best of me. Yeah, the remix is
she ate that shit up too, bro. Like they just did what needed to be done.
While I'm kissing on my neck.
The beat, the cadence of that song, everything. I feel like genuinely the chemistry was there. The chemistry was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that song the longest way.
Yeah.
Forever in rotation.
Shout out to Maya. She
Shout out
is
to
one of my
Maya.
favorite artists of all time. Like for real.
When you get to discussing like artistry and not having to separate the artist from it,
Yeah.
Maya is one of those people that I feel like she deserves her flowers because she don't be doing or she ain't never on no fuck shit. And she hones in on that. Like she's staying on I don't be with that bullshit.
But because you're younger than me, like the impact that Maya had on our culture and my age group. So I remember like being at the skating ring when I'm moving on by her and Sip the Shocker came out. And like I'm mad at my little third grade boyfriend. But I'm skating around the skating ring singing, whose drawers are these?
And
You know I wear a size 4.
oh, 8 years
Shout
in
out
what
to
grade?
her for real.
She got my
Yeah.
must get her
Yes,
ass
that
whooped.
bad.
Ass whooping. Baby, I can't wait to get home and tell your mama you was at the
And
skating ring
then
talking about some who's panties already.
then her and Cisco, I'm just my bud looking at my eyes, looking at my eyes. Let's swing my body left to right, right to left. You know this shit is fun. I really love Maya. Y'all don't understand. I had her Fear Flying album like on CD. Yeah.
Oh, Maya, she been in the game a minute too.
She has been. Yeah, shout out to the
Aging
R&B
very
girlies
well
for
too.
real. It's because she vegan.
Fine ass lady. Her and Christina Milian doing what they need
Yeah.
to do.
No, for real. Yeah.
We love the sexy ladies.
Sexy lady. All right, I'm gonna stop singing. I can't help it. It's the ADHD in me. Period. All right, so let's get. None of them topics was on our list.
None of them. But that's all right. I like when we go off on a little tangent here and there. Shit.
Yeah.
We talking about shit we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
And that was music.
I kind of so I had Halle Bailey and DDG on the list, but before we even get into them, I really like just kind of wanted to shout out Casanat because that streamer university, the whatever, like I understand it a little bit, but not to the full extent. But I just think he is like creative before his time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Get that nigga his flowers because he's creating a lane for real, for real. To me, I feel like it'd be like the gamers nigga side of things.
Yeah.
Like a lane where like nigga, you get on here, you stream your shit. You play the game with these niggas, you talk, you got good commentary and shit. Next thing you know, you done built a platform on YouTube. These niggas want to play the game with you and stream together type shit.
Yeah. And I low key be feeling like I low key could like navigate that lane for real because I am a cozy gamer. I like to play Animal Crossing. I like to play the Hello Kitty Adventure Island on my phone.
Yes, yes,
like,
yes.
But those are games that you have to go on quests. But they're cute little quests. But you know, I could play them and be talking to the people about what's going on in just society and the world or just whatever. And I feel like I would have a really good following. But
see, I think you would do good with something like that. Me, I would like to do Sims, right? But like
that's what I was about to say.
Create stories
Yeah.
with the Sims and just
That's what I was gonna say. I
stream
can
do
see
that.
you streaming and doing the Sims.
And we would be on there cackling ourselves to death at the things that's going on.
Yeah.
Surprise. Like if y'all knew what the fuck was going on in my Sims game right now, oh my god! It literally is the.
You haven't updated me in a while, though. So when we get off, I gotta catch up because it sounds really be entertaining me.
Bro, the Sims they doing some shit right now, and it does not help that it's modules to where you don't have to build a lot of shit from scratch anymore. Like you can just throw it into your world. And
Mm-hmm.
what is the code? Mother lode.
Yep.
I can have whatever the fuck I want to have. So
Yes,
here we
y'all.
go.
I take pride in putting him onto the mother love code. What he don't, well, I think he do know. What y'all don't know is I learned the mother love code in like 2001 when I was in the 6th grade.
What was the website where where you could go get all the cheat codes? I remember um R1, R2, L1, L2, left down, right up, left down, right up. And I think you get unlimited guns in Grand Theft Auto or some shit.
See, you be knowing the PlayStation because I used to play games on my computer on PC.
See, I ain't never been. I would do the computer sales, but I would rather play on my PlayStation.
I had a PlayStation 1 original.
I like that.
The year it came out in '97.
Yeah, like
you was a little baby.
I think I had one day.
But I used to play the Rugrats game until my eyes crossed up and I got dizzy because them graphics were horrible.
I did. Did you? What was it? Rugrats in Paris? Was that the one?
No, I had the regular. I did end up getting Rugrats in Paris, but I had the original Rugrats game too.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh my god, eyes used to be like it.
I bet. Fucking bet.
I was trying to keep up, and Tommy them could crawl on the ceiling and shit. Like I can't do this right now.
How can the baby get up there, bro? How can the fucking baby get up there?
Eyes crossed up.
I remember me and my brother, we played Rugrats in Paris, and we played it up until we got to it. It was a certain point that we got to, and we didn't know what we were supposed to do at that point. So we didn't even. I don't even think we ever got to beat the game. It just ended up being one of those things where you kind of gradually stop playing. After you try 10, 15 times, you can't figure out what the fuck to do. It is kind of like, well, I didn't beat the game, but the game beat me. So let's wrap this shit up.
I did finally graduate to Crash Bandicoot, though.
Crash Bandicoot was a good game.
That was yeah,
that was a good game.
But I was also a Nintendo girly. I love Super Mario 3. Me and Scooter, like, I used to beg him, please come spend the night with me tonight so we can play the game all night. Because I used to be bored. Okay, so we ended up getting, we probably had every fucking game system that came out, but we ended up getting an Xbox. The Xbox games would come with demos on the games that you bought. So, like, if my daddy bought Madden 2002 or some shit, you could go to the demos and it would have fun demo games. Like, it might be a racing game on there, whatever. One day we discovered this game called Fusion Frenzy. And if y'all ever heard of fucking Fusion Frenzy or ever played that fucking game, please let me know so we can bond on something. When I tell you that was the funnest game I've ever played in my life to date. Like, I still have not played nothing that fun. You could hook up all 4 controllers because, the Xbox was like the first thing that, not a PlayStation was, you ended up eventually being able to hook up 4 controllers. Yeah. But the Xbox was the first thing we had that could do 4 controllers. Right. Me and all my cousins would be at the house, the basement. My daddy got the big screen TV, but it's the fatback TVs that sit on the ground. Just big as hell. It was the luxury TVs of our time. Exactly. He had the fucking surround sound system studio. What is it called? This shit where it's like, it's built around the TV, but it's like speakers and this and that, all kind of shit. Connected. You only use 2 buttons on this motherfucker. It's got 102. Anyway, we got the playing it on there, and I just wish that I could play that today. Yeah. Me and Trey was big Wii players, too. The Wii was a good time. That Michael Jackson Experience game. Ooh. Just Dance. Yes. Break it out. Yeah. Dance it all night. Shout out to the gamers around the world. But the Michael Jackson games, some of them shits used to be hard. Yeah. Death level. I'm a little overweight, buddy. Like, I ain't this fast. I can't be this technical. No. I seen a TikTok today of this lady, like her husband was like, he had the top score on the Ghost game. Damn. For Michael Jackson game. The Ghost song. Yeah. Like he had the top score. Like, so people have been trying to beat his score and coming over their house for 10 years. Wow. It cannot be his score. Yeah. Wow. Damn. I really enjoyed that video. Yeah. The Michael Jackson Experience was a time. It was, but you want to know what I used to play?
bowling and tennis and shit like
Me
that.
too.
Baseball.
Oh, bowling got real competitive in my house.
Yeah, we used to fuck with that
Absolutely.
bowling and that tennis.
So, did you ever go through a phase of like swapping game systems? So, if like you had, say for instance, you had a PlayStation 3, but your friends got or PlayStation 2 and your friends got the GameCube system. Did y'all ever swap for a weekend or anything like that?
Hell no, my mom would have whooped my ass.
So
she didn't play that shit.
I lived with my grandma and grandpa, but Scooter would come stay with us on weekends because his mama worked third shift, and we were still like middle school age.
See, that's different.
But no. We wasn't swapping. He would bring his game system to my house. Okay. We were always either Nintendo or PlayStation, right? Mm-hmm. So Devin, which was our second cousin, because his grandma was my grandma's sister. Okay. He lived across the street from me.
See, that's different.
So Scooter would come stay with me, and we would trade him our system.
I probably could get away with
for his system because he used to have Sega, so he had like the Sega Dreamcast, or the Sega, the Nintendo, whatever shit. Yeah. He had the 64. We didn't have the 64. By the time he got the 64, I think we had the PlayStation or something, PlayStation shit too. So that was when we switched and got to experience a different game system. Because who told them to have 4 different game systems at a time?
A plus to not being able to do that, I guess where we benefited from was my daddy was a gamer. Oh. So he gonna get the games. Yeah. And he got time.
My daddy was like let's play Monopoly type gamer. Board gamer.
I'm like that.
Cards, spades.
Monopoly.
Tunk.
Candyland. Tunk. Yes. Spades. Whatever you want to fucking do. Yeah. Dominoes. I love
a
domino.
I used to love the game of life.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I know my mama bought me life 100 times.
Yep, same.
But that was one of my favorite things that I used to ask for. Like early in the day, I'd be like, yeah.
I love the board game.
Can you play Candyland tonight?
That's my kids. Well, Marley now.
And my mama, we would sit up in her floor. Yep. And we'll play Candyland or Monopoly. When it was a whole family.
So much alike.
Yeah, when it was a whole family, like me, my daddy, and my mom and brother, we would do something like Monopoly. Yeah. Uno. Something like that.
Me and my kids do that. But like, we've always done that. Before Marley, when it was just Trey. After Marley, when it was both of them. Like, even now, when I got both of them at home, Marley's gonna make us play the matching game.
Yeah, right.
And we get real competitive. We get down and dirty.
Too, yeah, that's where it starts. Because I started off as like matching game type nigga. Like, I want to play goldfish. I want to match. Yeah. That memory. Like I don't know. I just fuck with shit like that.
Now I gotta teach my kids how to play spades because that's mandatory.
But the thing is, girl, I know how to play and don't be wanting to. But I got ADHD, so I want to get up.
I love a game of spades.
I want to get the fuck out of maybe like the third.
You're done.
I'd be like,
you ready for somebody to take over your hand?
Why we ain't lost yet?
You're not ready to throw the game so you can quit.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm on that.
Absolutely not.
Nah, see, my family, they won't let you do that either. That's why it's like, I'm not even gonna play with y'all because
you can't do that in a black family.
Hell nah, that might start a fight for real.
It's the death of us, for real.
And the way my daddy's family would talk shit to each other during the spades, you would think everybody hate each other.
I learned how to play spades from sitting in my grandma's lap as a little girl while she was playing. Loved it.
I learned how to play tunk by me, my daddy, and brother. We used to get coins, pennies. We used pennies.
Play for pennies.
We would play for pennies. And it just was cool to take their pennies. Yeah. They take my pennies now. I gotta say, can I borrow
a penny? Doing something.
Can I borrow one of your pennies, Daddy? Because you got all of them.
Look, learn the math at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, do you want to get into the trial updates?
It's crazy because I was gonna say, speaking of my daddy, at my great grandma's funeral over the weekend, my brothers were saying, my daddy, he all suited up, he got his glasses on and shit. They talk about, nigga, you look like Diddy on trial.
But, don't do him like
It
that.
is. He really did. He really did. But he still looked cool. He still looked cool. That I did want to brush over that a little bit. Love on y'all's people. Like
Yeah.
even if it's distant, just reach out, do a quick call. It don't take much. Just love on your people. I just feel like with that being my last great grandparent on earth,
Mm-hmm.
having that stripped away. And I don't really want to say stripped away because it's not like she didn't live a full, eventful life. Like
Yeah.
she lived well up until her last days.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that I had that, but it still felt like something was out of place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for future references, I feel like if you got your grandparents here and stuff, love on them, especially if they love on you and they never really put you in a position to where you felt like you couldn't fuck with them because I got them too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it because like I remember I used to like one thing that I used to always thank God for was like I have all my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like my first grandma, my mama's mama passed in 2017, and then my daddy's mama who raised me passed at the end of 2022. And it's like, damn, the very thing that I used to like thank God for in my prayers
You know,
is not here.
mhm.
Yeah.
You feel like I don't know. It's just like a piece of you not being earthly anymore. Even though you feel like they can protect you and look after you a lot better in
Mhm.
ways you couldn't see at this point,
Yeah.
but it still be feeling like damn my roots,
Right.
like that. This is why I'm how I'm here.
Yeah, and it becomes a little heavy when you realize that you're supposed to carry on a legacy.
Yeah.
Like,
And I really genuinely felt like my great grandma was the strongest and the most prominent matriarch figure for us on my daddy's side.
yeah,
Like with me on my mama's side, it ain't nothing but strong ass women.
right.
So it's like you get to see that every day type
Yeah.
shit. But on my daddy's side, it's not that many super
Mhm.
strong women like that lead healthy lives and have raised the responsible children. And
Mhm.
like you can kind of look over her legacy and say, oh yeah, you was a hell of a woman. I
Yeah.
can tell by your offspring.
Right.
So I just feel
But
like
that becomes a heavy weight when you think
yeah.
about it in that capacity and
Mm-hmm.
like the legacies that people leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very heavy. Yeah.
But with them doing it, it's in you.
Yeah. And then you look up and you realize that you have become
Exactly
a
that.
centerfold of a family. That and it's like I'm just a child.
He said I'm just
I'm
the girl.
I'm just a girl.
Just the girl, bro.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then you have people depending on you to be like their guiding light and
Also, this might be a little off track, but and it doesn't have nothing to do with because I don't know what the fuck went on with what my grandma had to offer or what she was passing out to her children. None of that. I
mhm.
don't know. I really don't care about that. But I will say get a fucking will. Get a will. I feel like
Yeah.
if you don't have a will, get one. Encourage the people you love to have them. Save your family that strife.
Yeah.
You made the decisions for whatever you wanted to be done before you left the fuck up out of here. You felt like this was you organized this well enough to where everybody should just be cool with burying you and you moving right along. Unless some people be petty. You just seen shows and stuff where people leaving their wills with wild shit like none of you motherfuckers getting anything. My stepwife getting it.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because I was reading something. I didn't get to read the details, but it's something going on with DMX's estate where it's like a lot of money where his ex-wife and his kids are not getting because of something. I didn't get the details, but
Oh
it
yeah, we're
just
gonna have to look into that and
yeah.
run that back.
Yeah, I have to look into that.
Wow. But yeah, I encourage that. I encourage you to save. Like, just give your people, an extra sense of peace by making sure you got all of this stuff ironed out. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't, that's the worst time to be bickering with your folks. Like, you
Yeah.
going through grief, that's not a good time to even, don't give them easy reasons to be at each other's necks, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So just, I feel like that's something to be mindful of. And I don't give a fuck how old you are. You could be 12, bitch. Tell your mama to get an insurance policy on your baby girl. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Not you could
Don't
be
say,
12.
Uncle Jizzle ain't never taught you motherfuckers nothing. Get some insurance. Get a life insurance policy. Get a will.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying.
Shit. But to go back to what we was getting to, and that was the Diddy case. And what's going on right now, or like what you trying to get into about that?
What's going on right now? Because I feel like, okay, so Capricorn Clark testified today, and I feel like today was the very first day that I could see the RICO laid out.
Today was the first day I could genuinely say,
oh, we got a RICO.
They might as well wrap him up.
Got him.
Got him. Got him. Honey. And for the amount of money that bitch made a year, Lord forgive me for calling that lady a bitch because she ain't no bitch, but the amount of money that lady made in a year putting up with that shit, girl, he paid you enough to snitch. I would have snitched so many years ago. I would have had so many lawsuits so many years ago.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do understand why she probably was afraid to even get, line it up.
Because but you saw some stuff with the case that I hadn't got to yet.
Hold on, which part?
She had a thing for him.
Oh shit. So I'm at the part of the cross-examination. Okay, let me shout out to my motherfucking girl BJ over there at the surprise witness on YouTube.
BJ really her.
She really is her. She got 2 YouTube channels. We're gonna plug them in. BJ Investigates and That Surprise Witness. She is going through this case every day, transcript for transcript, post for post, blow for blow, like
multiple sources.
She got all her sources laid out. She feeding it to you, everything. So while I'm working, I be listening on BJ.
And I love it because I don't have to go look for nothing.
No, you don't.
She's gonna read it all out to me.
Even down to when they mention a name that you probably never heard, she's like, well, I'm gonna go look up the picture.
Yep.
See if we seen him before.
Yep.
And she also be knowing her shit with the webbing of things, like what lawyers represented what cases and who they were connected to, and how Teeny Garagos is Mark Garagos' daughter, and they connected to TMZ.
And she's so unbiased. Like, she gives no opinion for real, for real. It's just fact after fact after fact after
she knows law. So she be giving her opinion like, okay, well, from legally, this looks like this nigga's going down. Yeah. And she was calling one of the Ruben, the security nigga, she was calling him a punk ass bitch today. I loved every minute of that. But when the first couple questions that they started with when they were cross-examining Capricorn Clark was, did you tell Diddy's lawyers that Cassie Ventura was not good for him? And did you also tell them that you had a super big crush on him? So that's where I left off at. We'll have to reconvene on where we at with shit next episode. But
this case,
she said a lot, but I feel like even if she did have a crush on the nigga, it doesn't negate from what else she said. It don't take a fuck ass thing from nothing. A lot.
Like, he was writing prescription pills in her name, having her pick them up.
And even though she had the crush on him, I feel like she still implemented boundaries. Like when the nigga said some wild shit, like, this is why you don't got no man, because you don't do shit like this. She like, you motherfucking right.
Yeah, you right.
I would never do that.
Just down to getting Cassie the burner phone.
Oh yeah.
From when she had the like, she knew this motherfucker is dangerous.
And nigga, they done already told you they'll throw you in the East River. It probably ain't like you ain't heard that already.
Rewind. Her very first day of employment, the very first day, was when they took her to Central Park at 9 p.m. Diddy and his security officer or head of security, whatever, to tell her, hey, we know you work for Death Row before we signed you. We know you work for Death Row now. And if some shit pop off, we're going to have to kill you.
Out of here.
We're going to have to, let you go.
Let me get in line. I'd be damned though for $55K. I mean, I feel like she could have made that at the Chick-Fil-A. And I think Chick-Fil-A take care of their employees because they took care of me. I was 16.
You was. But outside of that, that's coercion.
Yeah, yeah.
That's correct.
But see, that's the thing too, though. I just don't feel like the lady's salary was enough to eat for me. Okay, you didn't scare me a little too much tonight on my first day. I won't be back tomorrow. You gonna have to do what you got to do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can get my job back with Suge. Yeah, favor for a favor,
I'm
nigga.
going back to Cali.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. And in fact, nigga, I'll work for free if you'll be my security for a little while.
No, for real.
Cause fuck that.
No,
Nigga
for
told me
real.
he'll throw me in the East River. I can't swim.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she can't swim. I can. I would have been like, throw me. Throw me. They would have tied the center blocks to my ankles.
You about to get me. You about to get me.
Wow. Oh, why you good? You good, baby girl. Go ahead.
You gonna hold it down?
Yes, while she goes to the bathroom.
It's usually him. It's me this time.
It's all good though. We chilling. We vibing out. We at the crib, comfy, cozy, chilling. Yeah, y'all. I've been following this Diddy case for a really long time. Like since the jury selection, I've been locked in. And at first, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen domestic violence and like a freaky ass nigga, like voyeurism freaky type shit. But I didn't see a RICO charge. I feel like the fucking U.S. attorneys was building up. They like, we gonna present these few things right now. We got a lot of time to go. And with us still having a lot of time to go and the information that they've already presented, I genuinely feel like shit, he going down. He going down. Shit, Quincy and them might have to get a job at Chick-Fil-A before it's all over. If we being honest, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't feel like that little side hustle money from the Jets is gonna be taking care of the family and them fees. I think they said he was bringing in like 4 million. I don't know. But anyway, cheers. Motherfucker's a piece of work. Niggas gonna get enough of being sexually deviant. Niggas are gonna get enough. Welcome back.
Hi.
I had started telling them that niggas is gonna get enough of being sexually deviant.
I'm just
Heal your trauma.
also I would hate to be somebody that's on the wrong side of history.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and it's crazy to think that a nigga like him who could have potentially been on the right side of history for a really long time has so much underlying dark shit going on.
It's a lot.
Yeah, wrap him up. Wrap him up. Nail him to the no. He already think he God.
I knew when I was in the 7th grade and he had them walking to the cheese to get cheesecake across the Brooklyn Bridge. Something was not right with that man. I knew.
To me, when niggas start doing shit like that, it just literally is a reflection of them abusing their authority, like little big man syndrome type shit. Nigga, it's like for you to be P. Diddy and to operate like you ain't never had power. It's weird to me, bro. Like you don't even gotta do that.
Got us understand and said that it was like a Tootsie Roll. That would explain.
Now I don't remember seeing a witness saying nothing about a Tootsie Roll.
Well, if it's given Tootsie Roll, it says a lot.
I think someone else did an interview outside of the trial and was mentioning that, was saying that, yeah. But I don't think that's something they can say in court. Like, because what they got to do with anything? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's opinion. Like, it's not really.
Opinion, yeah, it's no facts.
Yeah. But
even if it is a fact,
I've had a lot of motherfuckers bring up shit around me where, and I know for a fact that it's not the truth. Like, it's not been, there ain't been no testimony yet or in nobody's testimony yet. So I don't know where that came from now. It's a lot of foul shit in there. So just take the truth instead of trying to pass out or regurgitate bullshit that somebody didn't just made up on a blog for clickbait. Like, you ain't
Yeah.
got to do all of that. You just listen, read, go look at the transcripts yourself. Literally, they have to file all these motions and shit in a docket where you can
Yeah.
scroll and click the orders and read them out yourself if you want to.
You know, most people ain't gonna take the time to do that.
And we talked about y'all being lazy before.
Yeah.
We talked about y'all being lazy before.
No shade, no tea.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is. It is. It is.
But yeah, so I really feel like Capricorn was the first person to really like tie in this is what a Rico looks like.
Oh, they're also trying to omit Kid Cudi's testimony.
Why?
I forgot what the reasons were. Diddy's lawyers were trying to say that maybe because he was saying he felt like Diddy was lying, like he was trying to imply Diddy was lying, but
so they basically saying he's basing his testimony off
of feelings. Yeah. So I feel like that's why
Okay.
they was on some shit like trying to make it inadmissible, but I don't believe that Judge Sumerian or some shit like that. He is not. I feel like that nigga locked in.
Yeah.
He taking everything.
And that's one thing that BJ said is that, you know, even though he's a young judge, he's playing it very fair.
Yeah. Now I'm tired of him at the end of every weekend talking about some. Don't look up the trial. Go watch the Knicks. I don't want to see no fucking New York Knicks, buddy. I want to see what the fuck New York PD had to do with these cases. How about that? The New York Knicks beat my Celtics.
When? That was over last week.
Oh shit! So somebody won the championship?
No, they are now playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. We were the champions last year. But Jason Tatum got hurt, and I knew once he got hurt, it was a wrap for us. So it's cool. But I'm going to go for the New York Knicks because it's been, I think they said since 2000, maybe 2001, since they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. And Spike Lee been supporting them faithfully since then. So I'm going to go and go for them because they beat us. So I'm rooting for the Knicks at this point. Yeah.
Okay, Spike Lee.
Okay, so you ready to get into our next topic? It's a little deeper.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the fact, or is it not a fact? Is it a fact or not a fact that your career defines your worth? And, all right, let me separate the two. When I say it's a fact, you got an opinion, but our opinions are not facts. They just are opinions. Mm-hmm. Society and the way society moves proves otherwise. And that's really where we base our facts on, like, how majority of society carries the situation. So when it comes to your career and just what you do for a living, how do you think society factors that into your worth as a person?
I genuinely feel like if it's up to society to determine anything for anybody, they're going to take whatever's at the bottom for you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you do. Mm-hmm. If you're not doing this big grand thing, making $100,000 a year or better, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Let society tell it. Mm-hmm. That's why for me, it's kind of like, I don't give a fuck how you deem what I do. I'll quickly tell a motherfucker quick, as simple as this.
That's my favorite thing about you.
I draw blood. They like, what you do for a living? I draw blood. I ain't even getting ready to break down the extremity that it goes to. Like, I ain't getting ready to break down to you how I really took this shit and ran with it type shit. Like, I learned the skill and really mastered my craft and really took off with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to give you all of that. I'm going to tell you that I draw blood because guess what? You treat me different when you know that
I run my own.
Exactly. But me, I feel like the janitor deserves the same respect as the CEO. treat me like you would treat the janitor.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. Like it ain't no disrespect, it ain't no harm intended. It's just me, I feel like I want you to be, especially in my space, I want you to be morally right, morally correct in whatever capacity that looks like for you. So if you feel like you're supposed to treat the janitor bad, I would never let you know that I'm the CEO of anything because you just fucked up on the inside or something. Something ain't right with you for you to be doing that. So I said all that to say that it did your career does determine your worth to society.
But it don't matter to you.
To you, what does that look like to you? What does it feel like to you? Are you happy or are you content doing what you're doing? Because if so, fuck them.
Right.
Say it with me. But fuck them.
I think some people struggle with like creating their own identity within a society that has such strong beliefs. Let me read you the status that I got this from. It's Facebook and it's somebody local, but I'm not gonna say their name. Okay, so basically it says, lately I've been sitting with the quiet ways people show you how they measure worth. Not by your character, not by how you move through the world, but by why what you do for a living. I have felt the shift in conversations when I tell people my current job. The light dims, the engagement fades, the respect becomes conditional. When I held a title that sounded impressive, people responded differently. There was curiosity, there was admiration, there was this unspoken validation that I somehow mattered more. It made me feel like I was enough, even if only on paper. Now I find myself questioning if I am chasing success or simply chasing the feeling of being seen. It is a strange kind of grief, realizing how much value people attach to titles and how easy it is to internalize that and start believing you have to keep proving your self-worth to become worthy of respect. I do want to grow, I do want to do better, but I do not want that to come from a place of needing to be more palatable or more impressive to people who only look at what is written on a resume. The hardest part is knowing that I do care, even when I do not want to. I care how I am perceived. I care that people lose interest, and I hate that it makes me question myself. This is not about a job. This is about being seen as a whole person, no matter where I am in life. That is the respect I want. That is the respect we all deserve.
I just feel like personally that I can't relate. I don't know what it feels like to need to be validated. You just
don't care.
I just don't give a fuck what you think about me, bro. Like some of the people that I look at on the highest of pedestals. Some have degrees, some do not. Some hold grand titles, some's resume is extensive, some are not. But genuinely their heart be the most purest. Bro, you won at life when your heart is still good. I just feel like that stems from the conversations you have with yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't talk good to yourself, you will be succumbed by shit like that where motherfuckers can easily come into your bubble and tell you that what you doing ain't good enough.
And that's where I reside a lot.
I don't like stuff like I don't like people to make you feel that way either. I can
relate to this a lot because growing up, my self-worth came from the fact that I was smart. I was getting straight A's in school. I was performing to a certain degree. So I knew that my family and my people love me because I am this, I'm that, I'm that. I'm the exemplary person, exemplary student. And so when I'm not, it's like
no, I can relate to that.
I can relate to that sense of feeling like, oh, I'm not performing to the standard that my people or whoever expect me to. And so now I'm unworthy of the support and the love and whatever. So it's been taking a lot of conditioning to get myself out of that. So I admire people like you who just really be like, fuck you and your opinion, because I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I'm happy with what I'm doing, that's all that matters. But not all of us have that sentiment.
And you are helping me sympathize with people who sometimes just need they like you need I ain't saying you need it, but
No,
it's good for
I
you
be
to have a
needing.
person like me
I
in your
need
ear to
that.
remind you.
Right.
Like,
I need
bitch,
reminders.
don't piss me off. Don't
Yeah.
piss me off. You
Gather me.
literally are letting people with no motherfucking credentials
No, I know.
criticize you.
You're not lying. But I really be like, gather me because I need that.
Yeah,
And
and I
some of us
will.
need that because not everybody had that reaffirmation in their childhood and their youth of like you was important,
You was smart.
you was smart,
Beautiful.
you was beautiful.
And
Okay,
you want to know what?
so we need that.
I didn't either, but my internal dialogue has
Yeah,
never
was
failed me.
always just yeah.
And I've always had a strong relationship with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get down on my dick, I definitely am the type of person that'll go to God like, God, we gotta
I was
iron
gonna
this
say
out.
I really want to use that, and I don't have a dick, but I'm gonna start saying when I get down on my dick.
Yeah, when I be down on my dick.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I
get
like
down
that.
there, honey. That means you in push
I
up
like
position.
that.
Face
And
down.
but then that's a whole other dynamic of trauma because I got church hurt.
Yeah.
So I've always had faith, but then there's a level of me that was hurt severely by the church several times. And
Separate
so
the artist, God, from the artistry, them Christians. Cause honey, them
you
Christians,
ate
they be
that.
artists
You
now.
ate that, friend.
But the real artists,
You ate friend
we're
ate
gonna separate the two.
that. Oh, you ate that,
Cause hell
friend.
no. Cause I feel like really with church, it really will teach you how to be a good person. You know what I mean? Like if you need
It's subjective.
not the people.
Yeah.
If you really need to know how to be a good person because you just fucked up internally,
Yeah.
get in that book, get in that church. And I'm not saying become the church. You get what I'm saying?
I completely get what you're saying.
But once you get in that book, you be needing something to kind of motivate you a little bit more. That's what
Yeah.
the church is for.
Yeah.
That's what you go. You kind of get reassured and shit like that. Because I feel like genuinely that book gonna really help you iron out that shit that be, but it be the church goers that'll have you a little bit fucked up. Like it's no way that we practicing the same thing and this is how you show up and this is how I show up.
Now, because I do have my like devotionals that I go to. Like I spend my time at home personally.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's that like conviction of
like
being.
You ain't a bad person. But also, I
I'm
can see why
not.
you would get convicted because growing up, you spent so much time going to church, that not being
My
a part
life
of your
was my
routine.
life was in the church.
Right. That
So
not being your
everything was.
routine
I
now
grew up like everything that's not
of
God
church.
of church is a sin.
Yeah.
It's of the devil. Baby, I was devil worshiping by the time I was 12 years old. And like, I was just living normal life. But
is that what, when they say fear mongering, that's what they mean?
Yeah, I was very much fear monger.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell no,
absolutely.
bro. But back to what she was saying, and if you happen to just listen to this podcast, girl, that type that, the people that need to see you, gonna see you. You ain't got to do too much. You ain't got to go be the president of the United States. Look who the president of the United States is. Do not let no motherfucking job title determine your self-worth. You been that, you're going to be that, always will be that. Stop fucking letting these people who ain't got shit to show for nothing tell you about you. How that work? And don't you piss me off by keep letting them tell you about you. Who know you better than you know you? Now
y'all see how I begin gathered. Like he would gather me in a heartbeat. So welcome to my world. Okay. All right, I got one more topic before we leave because I think this is gonna be a pretty long, extensive little episode. But
what time is it? Yeah, where my phone at?
It's 9:07.
Okay.
But like the people wanted to know if we had any advice for like the teenagers, the students, the kids that's graduating and moving into adulthood, whether they going to college, not going to college. Just do we have anything that we want to pour into them or advise them of, or
All right, I'm on a roll right now. So
let's go.
Number one, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Ooh.
Don't get too caught up in distinguishing the difference because it's clear.
Yeah, it's one of
Nothing of God comes from confusion. So if it's not a hell yes, it's certainly a hell no. That's number one. Number two, rewind this video, go back to what I just told that girl who typed up that status, and take that into account too. And that's what I got for y'all, you little fourth grader.
Not fourth grade. Okay, so my advice, I think, would be to follow your intuition. But if you're following your intuition, you need to be in tune with your inner spirit and with God and the God that's within you. And I feel like we like to treat God as like this external being, but God is within all of us because He created all of us. And we say energy doesn't die. God is energy. God is love. The love that we carry, which translates into energy, that's us. So the way you move, like have that love in the center of your heart. And that will lead your intuition to guide you of where you need to go. So following intuition is big for me, but don't be like me and just like keep ignoring your intuition and then follow it later in life, and then you got a lot to make up for. Like, you know, you hear that inner voice.
I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you. Because she didn't wait. It was lessons she had to learn along the way.
I learned a lot of hard
and
lessons.
She needed them for what's to come.
They were very hard though.
They were.
I probably could have avoided them had I just followed my intuition from the jump.
Okay, now I see what you mean.
And that's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, follow your intuition because you know. Yeah, but it's easy when you too wise.
Too much of anything can hurt you.
Too much of anything can hurt you. When you so wise, it's hard to decipher which voice is which. Like, there's God's voice, there's your voice, there's the devil's voice.
Yeah.
And my voice, low key, no offense, be competing with God. And that's my problem. And I think that's how the devil used me because I got so much wisdom and I know so much that it's hard for me to
just... You're a challenger. You challenge it. Like, God, is this what you want me to do?
It's hard for me to just sit and listen to God because my voice telling me something. Like, it's got the answer right here, right now. So I think. Yeah. But I really don't. That's it's just, it's anxiety. Yeah. It's a quick fix for something that I really need to be sitting with and learning a lesson from. What I tell you about my human design, my lessons come late, like years. We're about to end this episode because
we ain't gotta get into too much.
My lessons be coming years later, but they be so profound that it's like, oh, that's why none of this worked.
And you just be having to take it on the chin at that point.
Damn, like I really be like, that's why none of this worked. Yeah. Because there was a lesson in this, and it's a lesson that I could never have understood on my own.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't get emotional on the podcast, but I'm gonna let this rock.
I'm
gonna let it rock because I really feel like somebody needs to hear this.
Yes,
but
yes.
Like, you want to have all the answers right here, right now, and you just don't have the answers. And so for somebody like me, I got ADHD, I got anxiety. Like, I need them answers. Like, I need to know what is my final decision.
Can't sleep at night until I have that.
Like, I've developed insomnia. I've developed physical chronic pain in my neck, my shoulders, the whole nine, because I'm trying to have the answers. And the whole time throughout all of this, like, I'm 36. This is a 15-year struggle. All of the answers have been trying to tell me, girl, depend on God. Let it go. Like, it's not for you to figure it out because God already knows. And you just got to lean on Him. So.
And it's not going to, you and God's relationship is not going to look the same as anybody else's.
It don't.
Honestly.
It don't. So when I say lean into your intuition, I'm not saying like trust yourself, like trust God. Trust God that's within you because He's taking you somewhere and it's like a greater lesson in everything that you're going through. You're not going to see it right then and there.
Nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you.
It does.
So take that with my other 2 lessons or 10. I don't know how many you got from her. And then I got 2 books I'm going to recommend too. One is The Secret. And the other one is The Secret, I recommend reading that as early as possible. As early in your journey to discover yourself, whatever you're doing, The Secret.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's not a book like a book that's a story. It's a book that's literally telling you how to manifest the life you want for yourself. So if you really want to tap into some shit, tap in. And then The Alchemist is a book that is a story, and it will also remind you that everywhere you go, whatever you need will be there.
So I was gonna recommend 2 books.
Okay, recommend them because you a reader for real.
But mine was one was The Alchemist.
Yeah, get that.
Very much get The Alchemist.
So that's
but then
a
my
2 for
second was 2 for 1. And then my second was The 4 Agreements.
Oh my God.
And I also love The Secret. So I feel like those are like
the 5th agreement.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get all of them in there. Get all of them. So we done gave y'all some summer reads. We got The Secret, The Alchemist,
and
The 4 Agreements,
and The 5th Agreement.
If y'all want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
I highly look at me, sister. I love this. I love this. This is a good episode. It's a good episode.
We said this is gonna be one of our best.
Yes, and I wholeheartedly agree that this
is because y'all got me fucking crying. I'm an Aquarius woman.
That's all right.
I don't cry in front of people.
I feel like if we was in either of the other studios that we're recording, you wouldn't have. And I feel like
absolutely not.
And this is why this is our sanctuary. Come on in the room. Jazz. No, but before we get the fuck out of here, I do got a before the door question. It's something
this has become my favorite moment of the podcast.
And it's something to lighten the load a little bit, kind of, before we check out of here. Lift our spirits a little bit. But you want to know what the fuck I want to know?
What?
Who was the first internet baby daddy you ever, like, since you've been on the internet and shit, who was the first internet baby daddy? Celebrity-wise type shit. Like, who just embodied that fucking baby daddy image to you? Because, I mean, we talked about DDG today, and, I felt like I wanted my before the door question to kind of tie into him operating in that narcissistic ass way. First of all, did you know that his voice is a lot deeper than what he be portraying?
It came out on something maybe 2 years ago.
And imagine him yelling at that lady with that voice. Jail.
Lock him up.
Lock his deep voice having ass the fuck up and cut his motherfucking water off. Anyway, who was the first baby daddy?
Ironically, Diddy.
Okay, yeah, love.
Ironically, Diddy.
He was definitely on the internet with his kids and shit like that.
So because I've always been into fashion, I've loved Misa Hilton from like the 90s.
Okay. Understandable.
She was baby mama.
Understandable, yeah.
She done lost me recently though.
See, I don't keep up.
Why is you going to court with your Walker and your Balenciagas on, talking about you got to go support your son, just damn near 30.
Okay, well, Tisa tells, she got on there and said that it was some shit going on within the families. And it was secret shit that she was just hearing whispers about. So she said, allegedly.
She sound like Tisa.
She's like, listen. Allegedly. But she said that Misa was never in support of Diddy and the bullshit that he got going on.
Well,
she's supporting the son.
According to her past social media posts, I can see that.
She been on that.
Yeah, she's been on that.
But I can see your baby daddy being in some fuck shit, and then you like, these my kids. Mm-hmm. They love their dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna, it's 10 toes. It's just what it is.
But outside of Diddy, the first like social media baby daddy that I can think of, one of Diddy's counterparts, Stevie J.
Mine is very close to him.
And Scrappy.
Mine is Scrappy. I was gonna say Scrappy. I'm like,
Stevie J and Scrappy are my two. Like outside of Diddy.
It wasn't like Instagram and shit that was making me like notice what the fuck Scrappy had going on. It was definitely TV.
Yeah.
But like when you think of media dads in that baby daddy persona, Scrappy was one of the first niggas, because Stevie J, even though he had the kids and stuff, them other baby mamas before Mimi, you really don't even know them or nothing like that.
And I was associating him with Mimi and Ava.
And you see, Mimi would
be... Or is it Ava? Ava.
I don't know.
I don't know. One of them.
Mimi would try to be classy, but you know, now Erica,
She'll meet you where you at.
She gonna get with Scrappy's ass and his mama. She gonna get with him. She don't give a fuck.
I seen like Mama D, you got to.
You ain't got a choice. You gotta
meet them in the
stand 10 toes.
Yeah.
Like, girl, I got a throne too.
Yeah.
Damn it. But
I gotta meet you in the trenches.
Yeah, this was a good ass episode, sister. I really, 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 really enjoyed this. I enjoyed all the drink we had.
We had a good time. Mind y'all, this was the first time me and him have sat down and got together since we recorded the last episode over 2 weeks ago. So this was like a little reunion for us. We got a little emotional. It's cool. I think we did really good and we had a great episode.
I think so.
And at this point, y'all either with us or you're not.
Exactly, and I'm cool either way. Now, my sister, it might take a little time to get where I'm at, but she cool either way, too.
Yeah, because I'm on what you on.
Period. Shit. And y'all, please go back and re-listen to the advice stuff that we gave y'all because I genuinely feel like it can help somebody bridge a gap somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a little curse out.
Yeah, and one more thing, a little piece of advice to like the people moving into adulthood. At the end of the day, your parents are human too.
Oh, you just a part of their journey.
Sometimes your parents be doing the best they can
with
what they got. Mm-hmm. Myself included.
Mm-hmm.
And
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Sometimes we're just doing the best we can with what we got. And that's just what it is. So give them a little grace. It's nothing. I don't think there's anything in this world that a little communication can't fix.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Little communication, little understanding of grace.
Motherfuckers don't know how to talk though.
Yeah, they know.
That be the issue. But I'm gonna tell you this. Get with ChatGPT. ChatGPT, she got everything you need. If you need to communicate or articulate anything, you just go to her and you say that dumbass shit you thought you was gonna say to whoever you was gonna say it to, and let her fix it up for you.
But also try to reserve her for your really most important thoughts and comments and quests and whatever, because she is using up a lot of water every time we use her.
Well, y'all ain't fucking drinking it because y'all always got yellow piss in the bathroom. So let her use the water if y'all not gonna drink it. She is very beneficial to my life. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all next week. Bye. Bye.